I'm going to be on the road. Come and see a show. You can come see a show July 9th. I will be in Seattle opening for Cactus Tate.
July 10th, I will be in Portland opening for Cactus Tate.
July 11th, 12th, and the 13th, I will be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, headlining a bunch of different shows.
July 18th and 19th, I will be in Philly opening for Emma Willman.
July 25th, 26th, and 27th, I'm making my debut in Canada. I'm opening for Cactus Tate in Edmonton, Canada. Cannot wait. Go hockey.
July 31st through August 2nd, we will be in Bloomington, Minnesota. I'll be with Cactus Tate opening for her.
August 6th, Brookfield, Wisconsin, opening for Cactus Tate.
August 7th, Schaumburg, Illinois, opening for Cactus Tate.
August 10th, Royal Oak, Michigan, opening for Cactus Tate.
And then my birthday this year, August 23rd, around then we are rescheduling our first Canada date, so we are going to be back in Canada. I will be opening for the great Cactus Tate. Come out and see a show. Please come see a show. Come watch me do my job. I love you. Here's the episode.
Welcome back to another episode of Discombobulated. How the fuck are ya? How are you doing? You fucking feeling good? You feeling good that summer's almost halfway over and you're like, oh no, I forgot to learn how to do the thing I was gonna... Yeah, me too. Me too. You know, every summer I'm like, this is the one I get a kick-ass dirt bike. Did you get one, Bob? They're expensive. And I can't really put it on top of a car. I really got to figure, that's what I got to do. That's what I'm going to figure out this summer is how to attach my dirt bike to a car. But we're not doing that right now. Right now we're about to go back. We're about to go back on the road tomorrow. We leave. Where are we going first? We're going to Seattle, which I cannot wait. We got some friends in town that are going to come and hang out. And we're going to have so much fun. So come out. If you can come out and see shows, that would be amazing. It would be amazing. Because I also had to pay for this new iPhone. I just bought an iPhone yesterday because I had to. I feel like every time I used my phone, it felt like I took it out of a fucking oven. Like it would be like temperature warning. And I'm like, well, it's inside of the fridge. Whenever I would drive, my phone sucked so bad that when I would drive for Uber, I'd have to keep my phone plugged in and the AC running, which is good because it was in Texas. But even if it would have been cold, I'd have to keep the AC running because it would have to hit the back of my phone so that it wouldn't overheat. So I could get this person from their drunk ass from one bar to another bar. And then one time I actually picked them up and I was like, didn't I just pick you up? They're like, yeah, but we got in a fight. And I'm like, okay. Tell me about that. Something we all do. Dude. I really think Ubers are probably on their way out. I think we have these self-driving cars and we're going to look back and it's going to seem psychotic that we went from taxis, a thing that someone had a job doing, to being like, who are the people that are going to be driving Uber? Is it going to be sane people that are just looking for something to do and they've loved the idea of driving a taxi, but now they get to do it? Or is it going to be a little bit more of a divorced person that's going to tell you about their divorce and then also listen to whatever music they want? And then when you ask if they have a charger, they're like, it's whatever's back there's back there, man. Like they've never even seen the back of their car. That's how much they don't give a shit. They don't clean back there. They don't do anything. And then I'm like, tip 25%. You're doing God's work. And as a guy who's driven it, it's nice when you're on your last leg to be able to be like, you know what? I'm just going to get in a car. I'm not going to shake someone's hand who works for this company. I'm not going to have them meet me and be like, are you sure you can drive? Like the amount of times I've gotten in an Uber with someone and my driver has been like almost close to crying is way too much. This is a bit of an overshare, but one time I was in an Uber and my Uber driver, I was crying. Yeah. And I didn't even know at the time that you can put on there, like, please don't talk to me because I'm crying. But I was in an Uber crying, and it was because I was depressed and we don't have to get, but I was, it was, you're like, I was having some bad thoughts. And so she was like, what's going on? I was like, I'm just not feeling good. And I kind of told her how depressed I was. I told her exactly how depressed I was because she asked. And then she goes, you know, it makes me feel better sometimes. And I was like, what? I'm so depressed. The stranger reaching an arm out, even in an Uber at this wee hour of the night / morning, going to a friend's house because you're so depressed that you need to go see and talk to them. Your Uber driver's going to extend a kind hand to be like, hey, what's going on with you? And you pour your heart out. And then she says something like, you know, it makes me feel better. And you're like, what? Tipping. I was like, okay. Back to the thresher of life. That's great. I just love that she said that to me. I swear to God on everything that's holy, with tears in my eyes in the back of an Uber. She was like, you know what makes me feel better? Tipping. And I don't know anyone else's experiences, just like she doesn't know mine, but I don't believe her is what I would like to say. I don't believe that she really was like, you know what? Anytime I'm feeling bad, I literally will fucking go to get ice cream because it makes you feel better. And then at the end, I'll put some money in a ice cream cup that's not has ice cream in it, that they have sitting there that says tips on the side. I will do that. And whenever I'm thinking about like dipping out on life or being like life's too much, I tip. And that makes me feel better. And I got to be honest, I'll never know because I didn't tip her. No, I'm just kidding. I did. It's like every time I tip, unless you sometimes you get out of the car and you're like, you're going to have sex and you're like, I forgot to tip or whatever, you know, which is crazy. I've dropped, when I was driving Uber, I remember I dropped off a guy and I was like, you can just tell he's going to fuck. He kept fixing his hair. He kept doing this and he kept going. Just kept fucking. And I was like, how's your night? He goes, fucking good. Sick, man. What do you do for work? I do a lot, man. Okay, sick. God. And I'm that guy who it's like I'm in an Uber too, and I'm like, oh yeah, like I play into it too. Like I'm trying now because I've seen other people do it, and you kind of need to. Like if I have a fucking 40-minute ride from an airport to a comedy show, I like to be like, I'm gonna put my head down. I didn't get to sleep on the plane, but I got to hold to my guns because I swear to God, you'll lay down and you'll be like, hey man, just so you know, I kind of want to. Hope you don't mind. I'm gonna take a nap, and then you lay down, and then the guy goes, you know, I actually kind of like taking naps. I'm kind of a nap guy. But then there's some days I can't nap for the fucking life of me. And you're in the backseat sleeping. You're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then eventually you even like sit up so you don't seem rude. And you like make eye contact through the rearview mirror. And you're like, mm-hmm. Yeah. You like fake yawn. You're like, is this a fair? And then you're like, oh shit, I'm kind of real yawning. You're kind of like, I felt like I was faking an orgasm, and then it slipped out. And then thank you, sir. All right, good night. Yeah, all right, yeah. I love naps too. I'm gonna take one. And then you lay down, and he's like, "You ever been to fucking Guam?" I was in Afghanistan once. No shit. God, and then the Uber ride's so bad it gets it's like starts to get political. And then depending on how they're driving is if they're already driving pretty good and get you there on time, you'll say your actual beliefs. But if they're like weaving in and out of traffic, you're like, yeah, maybe they should. I don't know. Maybe they should build that. I don't. I am like, if my life's on the line, yeah, I bend my political standings a little bit. Yeah, if my life's on the line, yeah, sorry, I'm going to be like, yeah, fucking build that wall. Or, you know, I'm like, I don't want the wall to be built, but I want to get to JFK Airport in a second. But if they're already driving nice and they've told me about their divorce, then I'll be like, you know what, man, I think the wall's a fucking stupid thing. What do you mean borders? Borders around maybe the natural borders of a mountain, but that's God's way of doing it. You know what I mean? I'll get into that and I'll say my own. opinions, but as soon as they're like, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad he's. I don't think he should ever stop being president. Yeah, I think. Oh my God. Dude, I was on mushrooms once in an Uber, and the guy was driving like that, and I remember I looked at my buddy, and I was like, and I just like looked at him one last time. I just like gave him that look where I was just like, goodbye, sweet prince. Because and I look, and then I remember looking forward, and Chicago was passing us, just like we're in the Millennium Falcon, and we put it up to fucking, I want to say warp speed, but I know that I think that's like a different. What did they put it up? Hit the fucking governor. Hit the opposite of the brakes. What the fuck did they hit? Light speed? Shit. Fucking fuck. Oh well. But that's how fast I thought I was going, because I was on mushrooms in Chicago. And I'll tell you this. If you do mushrooms in Chicago, Chicago does not give a fuck. I've done mushrooms there a bunch of times, and like it just keep going. You know what I mean? Usually you take mushrooms and you're in the woods, and I feel like the woods are like, like the woods like help you like kind of have a good time. But when you're in a city, it's just like there's like, you know, you gotta be a little careful in that with that shit. You gotta be fucking really careful with that fucking shit. Dude, I went to go get my new iPhone the other day, because like I said, the other one was fucking, it felt hot to touch. I went and got a new phone, and I went to the Apple store, and I think we're like gonna start doing self checkout at an Apple. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like at Apple, they used to even like try to sell you. They even like misdirect you. You're like, no, the cloud's like extra storage. You're like, are you serious? They're like, kinda. So, and then I went this time, and there was just a lady who, she just told me everything my phone told me to do. I was like, agree. She's like, exactly. And click agree again, and then just wait. And then she would sit there, and then she was like it's like, the Apple store is about to like you're about to be able to like be like an Uber driver for Apple. You'll just be walking by the store, and then you'll like go on your phone and sign up for the app, and it's like, yeah, you can help someone hook up their phone, and you're like, what's up? I'm getting a divorce. You're like, really? You're like, yeah. You want a new iPhone? I'd get the fucking 16 Pro Max. It's gonna help with that divorce. And you know what makes me feel better? Tipping. But unfortunately here at Apple, we do not let people do that. But nope, you're my last phone for the day, and then I'm getting out of here. God, doing just guys fucking coming in fucking fucked up just to make like one sale and then go out and like buy drugs. I think that's what we're going to switch to. Eventually you're going to be walking by a Walmart, and you're like, well, there's no one here. And then you're just going to go, fine. And you just go like click a button on your phone, and you get at a register when everything's backed up. And then you'll be checking out, and you'll be talking to someone. You're like, you know, sometimes I work at Walmart too. I did that for a while, when I was getting divorced. We're about to live in the weirdest country. It's good. Because even Airbnbs, like I did it once, but they let you do that thing. Have you ever stayed in an Airbnb where you stay with the people while they're home? What the fuck? That's how poor I've been. They're like, we have a room in our house. You can come to our house, hit unlock on our door, and we could be inside. We could be cooking stink food. We could be making, you're like, what do you like this food? Do you want some? Too bad. You can't have, it's not in the pocket. We don't have to feed you. I stayed at one of those, went inside their house, went upstairs, came back down. They were there. I said hi to them. Pete was like polite. I'm like, yeah, I'm staying here. They're like, you're a comedian? That's crazy. And then I went out and fucking partied, and I got home at 3, and the guy was watching TV, and I swear, I don't remember exactly. I just remember him being like, I remember he was watching TV, and I swear to God, I don't think he had a newspaper in his hand, but it felt like he did. He had a newspaper, and he had his fucking glasses. It felt like this. I felt like I was coming home. I literally opened up the front door like a guy at an Airbnb, and I opened up the front door, and he goes, and he looked, I swear to God, he went, I don't even think there was a watch on it. He just goes, kind of late, huh? And I go, yeah. I'm 31 years old and I'm fucking a comedian. What are you talking about? What are you judging me? You're the one renting out your room to a fucking... You don't even know if I'm a man or a woman. And fucking get it wrong right now and I'll sue your ass in your own house. You better watch out, Airbnb. I'll sue your ass if you ask me to do the dishes one more goddamn time. But yeah, so that's we're like that's the world we live in. We're gonna be sitting around campfires in the future because that's all we'll have. We're gonna be out like around fire, and people are gonna be like, you're gonna be like telling people what the life was like, and they're gonna be like, what are you talking about? You didn't have to take care of yourself. You're like, no, I would be drunk. Get an Uber home because I took an Uber there because I knew I was gonna drink. Get an Uber home. See the bill for how much I spent that night. Get in my car fucked up, drive for Uber for a little bit, pick up other drunker people. I'm like, and you would literally be like, I'm a saint. They shouldn't be driving. And we're just all going to be around a fire pit. People are going to be like, that's crazy you would do that. And you're like, yeah. And then his buddy would be behind you and he's going to strangle you. And you're going to be like, thank you. And they're going to steal you for all your stuff and they'll eat you. And you'll just be like, as you're dying, you'll just be like, that's what you're going to think of when your life flashes before your eyes. It's not going to be cool. It's not going to be sexy. It's going to be it's going to be you being like, and the amount of times you're just like, it's 3 minutes away. Just the amount of time you checking your Uber thing, just being like, it says it's around the corner. Guys, we have to actually go down here. Look, I didn't know. That's what we have to look forward to. Waiting on the world to end. I hope the world ends, because whenever the world ends, I don't know like what tier of the first people to go, but like I'm not like one of the last people. I'm like one of the last people that's like sitting there like I'm not that guy around. I'm like, I'll literally just be like, goodbye. I'm out of here. You know, I don't think I'm not that guy. I'm like one of the first tier people going out or whatever. But I mean, dude, I have hemorrhoids. I've had hemorrhoids my entire life. Every day I wake up with hemorrhoids. And then like today, like I wiped my ass and it was just like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. They all pop. That's why I'm like, why do I feel a lot lighter? I'm like, because the sacks of blood in your ass. Why do I feel better? Oh, those polyps of blood where you shit out of fucking. Yeah, I bet you feel a little better. My toilet papers looked like a fucking tie-dye Buc-ee's t-shirt, bro. It was... Oh, my God. Yeah, it looks like I'm like the best shitter at a Buc-ee's or whatever. I'm like sponsored by Buc-ee's. Oh, my God. Dude, I'll be honest. I hate going to like I love going to a Buc-ee's. I hate like what a Buc-ee's is. I hate that we like all love going to them. Like they are awesome or whatever. But Buc-ee's are like too nice that when you leave a Buc-ee's, I don't like that people are like smiling. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like you walk in and you go past artwork. You can buy artwork that's in a gas station shitter. Can you fucking believe it's on the wall and it's not $6. It's like an American flag, like made out of belt buckles for like $700. Just next to like shits from all over the country and like just of all shapes and sizes, ages, people at work, going to work with their families on vacation shits. Just that fucking aerated shit. You're like, you would buy that. There's no way you don't buy that and put it in your house and your life falls apart. There's no way you buy gas station shitter art from a fucking Buc-ee's. Put it in your car. It's got rust all over it. You get like a tetanus shot later because you're like, yeah, my Buc-ee's art got me. And you fucking put it in your car and you drive it for the rest of the trip home, 200 miles home, and then hang it in your house. And you're like your kids are like, feel very good. You know, it's like, yeah. Well, there's shit and rust on this art that I bought because I have no idea of a concept of what fine art is or what an experience is. My experience is getting gas and then being like, let's go on a vacation. Oh, wow, sandwiches I've had my entire life. God, we're so fucking over it. We're so done. And oh my God. I do live during the best time. Like, I do think sometimes I do believe in reincarnation. And when I was a kid, I had this feeling that, like, I think that this was my thought when I was a kid. I thought that was like, you die and then you're like in heaven. And I would think about heaven and it would be scary thinking about being in heaven for so long. Like, it would actually give me like a panic attack. It felt like. So then I would be like, well, I swear to God, I'd be like, I bet God like puts like a helmet on you. He's like a Rick and Morty kind of a guy. He like puts like a helmet on you and then you get to go back into life. Like it's like a video game or whatever. That's like how I swear to God, that was like what I imagined. And I bet when you're picking it, I'm sure it's like fun to be enlightened and every once in a while you're like an angel and you're like, you know what, I want to go back and I want to be something. I don't have like a hard life. Maybe I want to like learn the lessons. But then I bet I was up there and I was probably like, you know, I don't know what I did before, but you're like, they're like clocking it and they're like, what do you want to be? You're like, make me a white guy. You're like picking it. You're like ordering it like Chipotle. You're like, make me a white guy. I want to be a comic. 20. Yeah, I want to go through COVID. Uh-huh. You're like ordering and they're like, are you sure? It's like, you never like order at like a restaurant and they're like, are you sure you're not done yet? And you're like, are you ordering from more than one people at this new like reincarnation you're doing? You're like, no. White, COVID, comic, poor, but like I'm okay because I don't have kids or whatever. And like, I just feel like every time I pick it, they're like, oh my God. And then God sends me back and then you get to do this one. And you're like, I'm like, oh, don't forget Uber. So like, okay. Can we get a side of Ubers for the table? I want to live in that time. I want to live with all that. All right. Because this is the best. It's like the best and the worst time. Like if you're like, I'm okay. I wasn't born in a country where I can't get Ubers and have hemorrhoids and just never figure those. I'm just a guy who has shit. You just bleed shit. And then you tell people, they're like, that's part of being a human. Isn't it funny? Don't question it. Just keep eating Cheez-Its. Just keep shitting blood and just stop asking questions. Yeah, I want to go there. That's where I want to live. What a beautiful time to be alive. God, it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this podcast. We gotta upload it, and then me and Tatum are gonna go. We gotta go to the airport. We're going on the road, and God, I can't wait to be back on the road because I've been having fun. I've been here with Tatum, her husband, and her kid, and of course, I'm an adult, and I'd rather go like somewhere where you can party sometimes. But like, it was kind of nice hanging out this week and getting to do a bunch of shit that like, dude, people, because I don't have a kid, I'm sure it's annoying, but dude, this week I built a trampoline and helped build the like those like a swing set with like a fucking jungle gym that come whatever. I got to build those, and that was like kind of fun, dude, because I like working with tools, and I don't really do that anymore. It's not my job for a long time, so I haven't got to like build shit with my hands. So getting to do that and like taking a breather from that and like playing kids games, you know what I mean? Like doing those stupid things where she's literally the other day we played freeze. Like every time I'm like, what should I play? They're like, dude, she doesn't play anything. There's no like, you can't like play Monopoly with her. You know what I mean? I was like, what do you want to do, dude? And so we just like play freeze. She's like, freeze. She's like, it's so fucking easy. We have fake phones. We have fake conversations. We're sitting next to each other. Hello? Me too. But then because I'm such a kid, I get to also be like, can we go to like a water park, which we did find the other day. I was like, me and Tatum were driving because I had to go get my phone, and it was like the phone I got was like nowhere near where she lives. So we had to go for a drive, and then while we were out, we passed Six Flags, like a Hurricane Harbor, and I was like, "You live by that?" She's like, "I didn't even know I lived by that." I was like, "The fact that you live by that with your daughter and haven't even taken her here or me is a little fucked up." And then I swear to God, we passed a dirt bike track, and I go, "You knew about this and you didn't tell me anything." She was like, "Yeah, I forgot to tell you." I'm like, "Well, it looks like I'm coming back to your house and renting dirt bikes." So, God, I can't wait to do that. Love it. Yeah, that's the new goal. That's the new thing. And I might change my mind eventually. I like changing my mind. Not as like a who I am. You got to try, you get like it's like the things I want. But right now it's a van with like just enough room. Like, picture this. I'm laying down in a van. Already nice. Then next to me, with just enough space for it to like be faced out, is my dirt bike. So then I drive around, just me and my dirt bike. And if you don't think that sounds good, you're probably not a man. And if you are a man and you don't think that sounds good, you're probably in a very healthy relationship. And that's gross. Because that's what, dude, straight relationships are gay. Like, just so you know, I keep saying that a lot, but like literally straight people being like, "Oh, we fit." But I'm straight, so it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm straight, so I'm gay. Does that make sense? Sorry, I'm trying to open your eyes with a fucking podcast, trying to make you guys fucking be awake. Not be woke, be awake. God, dude, I do love living in Texas because the wildlife here is like very beautiful. Like, there's a bunch of birds that are building nests right now, like around this area. And oh my God, they're so fucking cute. The other day I woke up and there was a baby bird that was, I guess it like, I don't know what had happened, but it was outside right here, like on this patio. So I came out and I literally like walked out here and I looked down. I was like, holy shit. And I looked down and I see this bird, and it's like kind of did this thing where, because it can't fly yet, it just looked at me. It was like scared, or I assume scared. Maybe it was looking at me. It's like, this guy looks like a bitch. I don't know, but like it looked scared. But then we saw it hop away, and then Tatum was like, "Fuck, should we do something for it?" I'm like, "I think let it be." Like, and then we even like looked up, like, you're supposed to let it be. But then later we saw it, like she saw it trying to jump into like her wheel well. She was trying to jump like in, like put it into her wheel, like Jesus Christ. The bird was trying to like jump into the wheel well. And then later she's like, felt bad. I'm like, "I don't think we're supposed to do anything." And she's like, "No, you're right." And then later we saw somehow it had gotten into the tree. So like that, being able to see that shit, or like going on walks where there's like baby raccoons or fucking ants or fucking whatever. But like, that's stuff that I do like. And that's kind of why I want the van and the dirt bike. Because that's like, I think being able to do that and then be able to like go camping, go ride my dirt bike out fucking in the woods, like do whatever shit like that. I just think that would be so fucking fun. And also, because I also think that like I've thought about it long enough, and I've ridden motorcycles to where I know I'm not like trying to get it, because I'm not trying to be like impress people. Like, I want like a shitty old dirt bike and a shitty old van, just because like for my peace of mind. The only thing I do want, I'm not going to try and go fast, but I do want to learn how to do wheelies. I will say that. I do want to be a guy who can wheelie on a dirt bike without thinking about it. And backflip. So I wanted to learn it this summer, but I keep smoking the vape, which makes me not do things, and it makes me boring and lazy. But that's what I want to do. I want to learn how to backflip, maybe onto a dirt bike, and then backflip the dirt bike, and then flip the world over my back. Is it a psychopathic thing if I do believe I'm going to backflip a dirt bike one day, and maybe even just into a foam pit? I don't know, because I'm pretty good at manifesting. I'm not great at keeping the fest going, but I'm great at the man part. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a man. So fucking get used to it. But I think that's the podcast for this week. I am trying to upload a bunch more episodes, so there's going to be some fillers to get to episode 100. And if you're like, well, then I'm going to dip out, go the fuck ahead. Bye. Please come back. I miss you. Let's just end the podcast now. I love you. I'll see you on tour. And I have holes in my schedule, so if you see that there's a hole and I'm in between cities and you're like, I know where you could do a show, fucking message my ass so I can do more shows, so I can buy a dirt bike. That's the podcast. I'm going to go shit out of hemorrhoid. Love you. Kisses. Bye.